Understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running.
Alright, so hey guys, it's me again, your girl RaiA, back again with another video. Okay, so just like what I've promised the other day on my live stream, that I will be posting the highlight of the live stream itself on my YouTube channel. So I did all the editing and I hope that this actually helps you guys. So the topic, by the way, of this live stream that I had last Friday was how to counter an archer. Now, this is just a given example because, of course, like I mentioned before, we do have different gameplays, game style, and we actually differ from each other. But of course, I wanted to provide you guys a walkthrough or a quick guide with a given example, which is my personal archer, on how to counter it, or like the best ways or best stats to get to counter an archer. So as I promised, this is the highlight. I've already edited it, cut out the other extras, and I hope you guys understand and enjoy the video. And if you do have questions, just feel free to drop them on the comment box down below. So I really appreciate you guys, and let's get on with the video. RaiA is an archer tank. Kasi guys, the reason why I build my character as durable as possible, you guys have to remember, with my alliance, we have players that have really strong damage. Now, who can be in the middle other than the BKs? The problem with the BKs in my server is they don't really listen to me that much. Okay? They have their own way of playing, and in my end, I don't really force my knowledge into other players saying that this is how you're supposed to build your character. My job is to give tips. If you decided to follow, then nice. If you don't follow, I don't care. It's your character. You paid for it. You work hard for it. It's your job. Kumbaga, I'm just giving you tips. That's all I'm doing. And then, the problem is, they are building their character, like, mostly with damage. And they're not really building their character with much durability. So I noticed that they die so much. They kill many, but they die so fast. So that's the reason why I decided to break the stereotype for archers, and I decided to make a character, or to make my character as durable as possible, because I play support. I am not the killer type. You won't really see me going in CM and then, just ransacking every big gems and killing players. You will not see me like that. If ever that I did that, that's probably somebody trying to kill me, and then I just woke up and I got really annoyed, and then I'll follow your butt everywhere. Sapatayin kita. And I have a tendency to do that. Pero not much.
Alam mo na, B3. Abangan mo pag bagong gising.
Ba't kayo?
For some who are wondering bakit parang ang OP ng archer, sa tingin nyo OP siya, especially the heal. Guys, if you cannot easily kill the archer, it means the archer knows how to build. Because archer are usually squishy. Kung makunat sila, then they're just covering up for their weakness.
Exactly. The reason why some of the archers are very hard to kill. Okay, ito, I hope you guys notice this one. If an archer is very much durable, you would notice that their damage is not really that high. The reason why they are not getting killed by counter damage from diviners or BKs is simply because their damage is not high enough to kill them. Okay? That's one. And for me, that kind of build is a good build for archers. Don't let your own damage kill you. Now, let's just say your damage is quite high, pero you notice na pag tira mo, you just attack once, and then your life, you're just left with 1 bar. There's a simple answer for that. Your HP is low. If your HP is so low, you would notice how it's gonna hurt your character so much. So, this is the reason why it's easy for me to know if you are somebody that I can kill, or if you're somebody that I should run away from. If I notice that your HP is around 10 million and above, but I notice that your physical defense is not really, your magical defense is not really quite high, then that means I can still kill you. Why? Because it means that you're lacking defense someplace. So, I will try attacking you maybe once or twice, and then I'll try to check after one bar if what I can already, kumbaga kami nila B1, nila B3, D0 and Will of Ken, we can tell if we do, kumbaga if we end up doing test damage and then we attack you, just with one bar of your life, we can tell what you're lacking. That's how easy it is. Why? Kasi we know our damage eh. We know our personal strengths and weaknesses. So by attacking you, we can already tell what's wrong. Pang-attack type. Kasi guys, ito here's the problem. This is the reason why I stopped recommending a specific class for you guys to play. Kasi nga, we are now at a specific era or a specific phase in the game wherein it's so diverse to the point that it's not that easy to catch up. We are no longer playing a specific stereotype. Kumbaga like me, I can change my build into a pure damage tank type. I can do that. How? Secret. But I can do that. I can also create my character into a very durable type, less damage. You can, if you play with me and then you have a high counter damage, I won't die against you. I can also play like that. I can also play the other character wherein I rely too much on my counter damage and then I use Whale for extra OP heal. Kumbaga, there's so many ways for you to create and counter your character. The problem is, the reason why you as a mage, as a BK, as an MG, as a diviner, the reason why you guys are having a hard time countering archers is simple. Because of your mindset. You're trying to think that archers are so OP to the point that you're forgetting one thing. Lahat ng character kayang counterin. You can counter any character. It depends on your build. What's up, Shen?
Yeah, tsaka to add to that, guys, from a certain BP, you can say that your build is not really completed, especially if your BP is below 1.2 million. Yun yung phase na meron ka pala makukomplete na certain combination of your builds. For example, you prioritize your defense or you try to be balanced. Pero there's a lot of stats lacking pa rin. Pero if you actually reach like around 2M, you will actually see the difference that you're quite tanky while having very much damage or too tanky and moderate damage. So, doon na magkakaroon ng diversity pagdating sa build. You might have the same character pero marami ng pinagkaiba, or you might be able to kill this type of class. For example, you can kill other archers but this one is not, because they can cover up their weakness na from that certain BP.
Ito, because, okay, here's the thing. Sa totoo lang guys, ayaw talaga namin pag-usapan ng topic na to because both me and Daisy, we are both archers. But the difference is, I have a certain build that I follow for my character, and then D0 also has its own build. So, to set example, I guess the best way to do is to set my character as an example. How to counter me as an archer. Okay? It's very simple.
How to counter?
Niyata ka. Ayaw mo kasi yung tulungan, hayop ka.
Suicide.
Suicide. This is a suicide topic, but for you guys, I will do that since I only create my character for this purpose. Naiyak ako kambal. Joke lang. Okay. But I can always change my build. This is not really suicide. You know, that's the pros of having knowledge in the game. You can easily change your build to another build. But I can tell you guys how to counter the kind of archer that I am. Okay? So for example, as you guys can see, my character, ito common sense na lang to guys kasi it applies to everybody. So, yung mga sasabihin ko ngayon, hi Balanar! Yung mga sasabihin ko ngayon guys, it applies to everybody. Palawakin nyo na lang kung paano ko sasabihin to. Make it broad. I'll say this in English because this will be recorded and I will record this certain part of my video as a highlight and will be posting this on YouTube, so pay attention. Wala mo nang kukontra. So, first thing that you guys need to be aware as an archer, for example, me, my HP for my BP is not quite high. I have 1.3 million BP right now, so my HP should be around 10 million, 12 million. However, I'm lacking on that area. Now, how will I support this kind of, kumbaga, how can I support what I'm lacking? Now, as you guys can see, my defense is not really that OP. My attack is not really that high as well. So, one of the advantage that I have as an archer is my internal stats, my inner stats. Okay, now as you guys can see on my inner stats, since I am right now in LV land or in Abyss, some of the stats here are not, 5% less, but it's not really that much of a difference, so I'll still say. Now, one thing that you guys have to be aware is my damage absorb. My damage absorb, as you guys can see, is 184.9, which is in my normal map, it's 189.9. This is quite high for my BP. Okay, because with my BP, you will normally see players with damage absorb of 200% or 180% once they reach 1.5 million, 1.6, 1.7. So for a 1.3 million BP, this one is quite high. Not super high, but it's quite high. Okay, now next, my damage absorb. My damage absorb is 349.1. This is quite high for my BP. But one of the reasons why my damage is not that high when I attack you is very simple. Because my physical attack, I never really increase it that much. So this is my way of control. Okay? I'm controlling the physical attack that I have so that when I attack you, and then it bounces back to me with your counter damage, I won't die. Okay? But the reason why it's like that, it's very simple. The reason why I still increase my damage bonus, because my damage bonus not only affects my normal attack, it also affects my double damage, my excellent strike, my ignore defense, my extras. So that's the reason why having a very high damage bonus is good. Next, my armor penetration. I won't really provide you guys much information about this because this is a test, but you guys, the only thing that I can really say is this is very important. Now, since I have this kind of damage, since I have this kind of armor penetration, you would notice that if you fight me and I fight back, there are times that my damage might be quite low, but once this one sinks in, or once this one gets activated on my attack, you would notice that some of my attack seems to have crit. When I say crit or critical hit, it means that, let's just say my normal damage against you because of your damage absorb, resist, and reduction is around 300k. You would notice that some of my attack can go as high as 600k to 1 million. And that's simply because of my booster, which is my armor penetration. And I won't tell you how it works. I've already told this one before on my other stream, and I will highlight that next time. Okay? So next, counter damage. My counter damage is 18.3. This is quite high, especially for basic. If I end up boosting, or if I end up using a razor or a whale, that will boost it up to 118, which makes it a solid counter damage. Now, is this very important for me as an archer? Well, a little bit. Now, will this affect the gameplay? Well, a little bit. This one is just like an extra. For example, in a normal gameplay, it's like a bonus round. You don't really have to worry too much about it, but if it gets activated, it hurts. And what hurts is your own damage, not mine. Okay? Next, as you guys can see, my excellent strike is 84.7. Not so high, but you already know that on my normal attack, 84.7% of the time, it will get triggered. So that's okay. Double damage is 36.9, so that means every single time I attack, 36.9% of times that I do my attacks or my skills, my double damage will appear. My damage reduction is 67.9, which is actually 73.9 on my normal map. This is not really quite high, but this only means that every single time you attack, 72.9% of your attack will be reduced by my damage reduction. Going back, Damage resist. Damage resist, it blocks the enemy's damage. So since my damage resist is 40.9%, it means that 40.9 it means that 45.9% of times when we're fighting, 45.9% of your damage can be blocked by my damage resist. Get it? So that's how it works. Next, so how can you counter me? How can you counter me knowing that I have a damage reduction of 70%, armor penetration of 190%, and damage resist of this much, and then my HP being 8 million? Very simple. How to counter damage resist? Have damage suppression. Now, if you don't really have the damage blessing, just increase your other attributes. Like for example, increase maybe your lucky strike, increase your excellent strike, your damage. That's how you can counter. Number 2, if I have very high damage reduction, you notice that most of your damage keeps on getting reduced. It only means one thing: increase your damage penetration, because that's the counter of damage reduction. Now lastly, how can you counter damage absorb? Unfortunately, you can't really counter damage absorb. The only way to counter damage absorb is by having high damage. So if you notice that most of your attack keeps getting blocked, reduced, or blocked, reduced, and absorbed, the best way to counter this kind of build is to be a glass cannon. But the problem is, you guys have to understand, I'm also a well-balanced character. Make sure that if you focus on increasing your damage, make sure that you can counter my damage. Get it? So that's how you counter me. I mean, this is personally suicide. I'm telling you guys the secret of how you can counter my character. But again, this is also for, general knowledge, I guess. Alright, so technically that is the end of the highlight. I hope that you guys learned something from the things that I've mentioned earlier on the given live stream and the given highlight. But I really want to thank you guys so much for your patience and also for tuning in to my live stream. Really appreciate you guys. And if you have questions, suggestions, violent reaction, just leave them on the comment box down below. Again, I really appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you guys again on my next video. Peace out. XOXO. RaiA.
Alright.